Welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. And how are you doing today? Welcome March. We usually say if March is in like a lion, it goes out like a lamb. Or if it's in like a lamb, it goes out like a lion. Well, that's not very good because it's gorgeous. We've had gorgeous weather this first week. Like 50s. We should not be having this weather. I'm telling you guys, this weather is just strange. This whole winter has been strange. We should not get rain in December and rain in February in 50s. We have higher temps than the lower states do, you know, and so it's super crazy, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And so, contrary to popular belief, we'll probably have 4 feet of snow the end of March. The good thing about late snow is that it usually melts. Because, yeah, we had snow, what did we have, 2 to 5 inches on Saturday, and it's all gone. Not a speck in sight. No, which is good, because the only other bonus is that it's soaking into the ground, and it's not just running off down into, you know, wherever it goes. So that is a bonus. And we have had goats. We have baby goats. We have a set of triplets. We have a set of twins, and another set of twins that was born today. Yeah. Kid you not. What are we doing with these goats? Absolutely nothing. Some of the males, we had a few. It's like the first year we had a bunch of males and then just a few females. And then last year, like I can't keep track of them all, but last year we had more females than males. So we only had 4 males to go to sale. So 3 went because 1 hurt his knee, which was okay because it's my grandson's favorite. His name is Toast. And Mudslide was a girl, so I guess she got to stay. But yeah, but they have, you know, all these things, and I'm just like, we do nothing with this, you guys. Like if you wouldn't milk them, I could make goat milk soap. But we can make goat milk cheese. You know, there's all these things, but nobody wants to do them. Nope. What do you do? And the bunnies are burrowing out of the fence. My grandson came and told my husband, he said, Grandpa, he said, the bunnies are digging out. They're making an escape route. Can't you just see it? They're digging under the fence. It's like we'll have bunnies coming out of there, and then we'll have chickens coming out of there, because chickens are going to follow them, you know. But at least the chickens aren't going to run away. They'll come back. The bunnies, I'm not so sure about. Yeah, no butchering of the bunnies yet. Story of my life. But anyway, March is also the month I started YouTube, and I like to show you one of my absolute favorite soaps, which I've been monkeying with this whole year, to see what my favorite design for this soap is. And you let me know in the comments below what your favorite is, and then I'll tell you at the end of the video what my favorite is, okay? But anyways, 2 things. Be kind, be forgiving, be you. And let's go check out that 70s soap. Okay, and to our soap. You have seen this one done a couple times, multiple times, if you've been on the channel with me for a while. And yeah, I don't know why. I just keep trying to figure out if there's a better way for me to do this than the one I originally started with. Okay. So, and I know I've done one. Did I do one this summer where it was like, it was just like, it was really cool. I will show them the 3 at the end, and you can decide what your favorite is. And as I monkey around with my little whisk, this is the best thing, because neon colors don't always like to incorporate. Maybe if you let them sit there for quite a while, they will incorporate better. But I always have this thing where I have just this little tiny bit that doesn't want to, you know, mix in, you know, blend in. You get this chunk of a color. And so I definitely have started doing this, using my whisk a little bit more in incorporating the micas into the oils. Now for the colors, they are traditionally usually the same. It is a neon yellow, it is a neon green, it is a neon purple, It is a neon orange. Past times I have used Voodoo in place of the pink I'm using today, which is magenta pink. And the blue is usually mermaid blue from Brambleberry. However, recently I have got some neon blue, which I'm going to try the next time I'll make this soap. So just neons, right? It's all about the neon color anyway. So fragrance oil we don't discuss because it's one of those things I just don't tell you. There's no need. It's just fragrance oil. You can fragrance with this with whatever scent you want to. Just make sure it doesn't accelerate, because especially if you do the original pull through, you know, I mean, that was the best thing, was that this fragrance oil doesn't discolor and it doesn't accelerate. So you can use the batter and you know, you get a lot of work time out of it. We'll just put it simply as that. You get a lot of work time. Yeah, so March is my, I call it my anniversary month for YouTube, which, you know, I mean, some people would be like, you should just give up because your numbers aren't very high. I don't do it for the numbers. I don't do it for the, you know, Patreon things people do now, or buy me a cup of coffee, or whatever the heck is on their channel, right? To make money, you know, oh, you have to, you know, pay $4.99 to get the specials of this. And I understand some people out there do a lot of work. You know, they are formulating and doing all the things, and that it takes time, it takes skill, it takes research, it takes, you know, sometimes it takes a degree. So I'm not going to knock anybody for doing that. I'm just saying my channel is little yet, and that's okay with me. It really is okay with me, because one day my grandkids will look back and they'll be like, look, this was grandma making soap. And it'd be really cool if somebody took over, you know, when I no longer can't do it. That would be super cool. Anyway, the one problem with these colors right now is they are so fluid that there's always this chance that something is going to run together and get a muddy look. And that is one of my worries all the time. So I decided for this to do a skinny drop swirl, which means, you know, you just start off with small amounts on the bottom and you keep dropping them into each other. Not a traditional drop swirl. But that was my thing on this one. I'm like, I'm going to make a big, tall, skinny loaf of this stuff. I'm going to just keep pouring those beautiful neon colors, dribble in here, and that was pretty much it. You know, I mean, like I said, it takes more time to prep a soap than it is to pour a soap. Even on my longest soap pours, I still think sometimes it takes longer to prep the soap. You know, the colors, the fragrance oil, the lye water, the what are you putting into it, the additives, you know, all the stuff. And yeah. Yep. Fastest thing is usually the pour. And then to write down the notes. Usually I write down the notes beforehand, and then if I have to change them as I'm going, then I change them, hopefully. Write them on my list, write them on my sheets, yeah. But I don't know what to say. I you know, the weather's been gorgeous. I guess we're up to 9 baby goats. I think there must have been 4 born today instead of 2. I'm not sure. Last I heard it was 3 and 2. So then if they added 2 more, then I was like, okay, so we're up to 7. But oh my goodness, yeah, we got goats coming out of our ears. Hopefully though, I mean, hopefully they're the mamas are good, and it makes me so sad when we lose something. I mean, I know it's a farm, and you have to be kind of tough and hard-hearted on a farm, it seems like, when it comes to animals, but it's just super sad, and we've lost some really cute goats in the past. My grandson names everything. The cats have names. We have a moon cat called Moonshine, and we have a cat, well, we had a cat named Cheese, but I think Cheese is the one that got run over. But he names every animal on the farm, and he remembers every animal on the farm. It is just an amazing talent, because I can't remember squat as far as the names go. He just keeps telling me, this one is this one, this one is this one. They named all the bunnies already. They weren't supposed to. They were only supposed to name 2. Oh, look at me making a mess. They were supposed to only name 2, but they named all of them, of course, in the end. Because, it doesn't look like they're getting butchered, so I don't know. Somebody was saying that you can, the price of goats, though, to buy for butcher, it's ridiculous. It's more than cattle. And the price of cattle is ridiculous. It just blows my mind, but, they'd have a good thing going for them if they could all just, stick to a plan and just, do it, but everybody's doing their own thing. They're all living their own life, and, it's all fun and games till somebody takes a hanger swirl to the soap. I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should not have done that. Yeah, I'm watching this just like you are. I'm just talking to you. Oh, yeah, but, yeah, it's a thing. It's sad, because I see other people that just do the thing, and they take care of all the things, and, and then we're sitting here so blessed with so many different things, and, it's what you call taking it for granted. Do you remember the little notes I was hanging on the bathroom to make my boys better men? Yeah, when I don't know if you saw it, but one of them, it is don't take people for granted. Don't take people for granted. Don't take things for granted. Don't take your situation for granted, because you never know how much worse it could possibly be. There's always somebody who has it worse than you do, and I have to remind myself of that very, very often, because it just, sometimes you just forget about that, and that there are people that are suffering so much more than we are, and we all have our, trials and our hard things, and things that make go, but, but sometimes it's better just to say, look around and be like, I am so blessed. I am so blessed with my situation, with my life, Yeah. And there went the swirly swirl on top. Okay, chunked it out. Here we go. I don't think I steamed that. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's absolutely fun. Oh, it's so fun. It got a little hot, but that's okay. Ooh, the bottom's even kind of cool. Yes, it is. Yep. And voila. Ooh. See, I think if I hadn't taken the hanger swirl through it, I wouldn't have such definition on the lines. I probably should have left it. But, hindsight's 20/20, and there's no way I could prove what was actually in that soap, right? As far as what design it was. You can see on the sides, when you look at the sides, that is what I meant by muddying and being too fluid. But because of the state of this soap and the pour, I need to start that way. I really, really need to start ASAP with a very light emulsion, probably not even barely probably barely emulsified, right? Because you have to mix in the colors and mix, the fragrance. And so, the sooner I start, the better off I am. And, you know, that's just, woo, how it is. Okay, let's get to the polishing and the analyzing of these bars. They are cute. See, those probably didn't have much of a hanger swirl through them, so you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I kind of like that better. Some of them have a more definite, you can absolutely see where the hanger went through, and that's what I'm talking about. But they are really pretty. They are very, very pretty. Definitely a 70s vibe, which is why I named it that 70s soap. Yeah, and it smells amazing. Sunshine in a bottle. That's what I would call it otherwise. Sunshine in a bottle. Actually, if you see this on my website and it's called Sparkling Citrus, it is the same thing. I did that for a while with some of my liquid soaps and stuff. I called them Sparkling Citrus, just to give it different. But then people were like, you know, they'd be like, oh, this smells like that 70s soap. And it's like, yeah, okay, it's 70s soap. Here are the bars right after I cut them. And here are the bars when they're totally cured. I love it. And my favorite, I have to say, I think, is the circle. Tell me what yours is. And as always, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by, and I will see you next time. God bless.